Lyndon B. Johnson. Key achievements and events as the 36th President of the United States. 1. Civil Rights Act of 1964. Johnson signed into law the landmark Civil Rights Act of 1964, which outlawed discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, or national origin, marking a significant victory for the civil rights movement. 2. Voting Rights Act of 1965. Johnson championed the Voting Rights Act of 1965, aimed at overcoming legal barriers to voting for African Americans, particularly in the South, and ensuring their full participation in the democratic process. 3. War on Poverty. Johnson declared a war on poverty in his 1964 State of the Union address, leading to the creation of programs such as Medicare, Medicaid, Head Start, and the Economic Opportunity Act, aimed at combating poverty and promoting social welfare. 4. Great Society Programs. Johnson's presidency saw the implementation of his ambitious Great Society agenda, including initiatives to improve education, healthcare, urban renewal, environmental protection, and consumer protection. 5. Medicare and Medicaid. Johnson signed into law the Medicare and Medicaid programs in 1965, providing health insurance for the elderly and low-income individuals, respectively, expanding access to healthcare for millions of Americans. 6. Immigration Reform. Johnson signed the Immigration and Nationality Act of 1965, abolishing the discriminatory national origins quota system, and establishing a preference system based on family ties and skills, leading to significant changes in the demographic composition of the United States. 7. Gulf of Tonkin Resolution. Johnson obtained congressional approval for the Gulf of Tonkin Resolution in 1964, granting him broad powers to escalate U.S. military involvement in Vietnam, ultimately leading to the deepening of American involvement in the Vietnam War. 8. Elementary and Secondary Education Act. Johnson signed the Elementary and Secondary Education Act of 1965, providing federal funding for public schools and initiatives to improve education for disadvantaged students, advancing the cause of educational equity. 9. Fair Housing Act. Johnson signed the Fair Housing Act into law in 1968, prohibiting discrimination in the sale, rental, and financing of housing based on race, religion, national origin, or sex, addressing housing segregation and promoting fair housing practices. 10. Tet Offensive and decision not to seek re-election. Johnson's presidency was overshadowed by the Vietnam War, particularly the Tet Offensive in 1968, leading to growing public discontent, and Johnson's announcement that he would not seek re-election, signaling the end of an era in American politics.